I don't think Optimus today is where Atlas is. I'd like to take some credit for his ambition. Seeing what Atlas is doing is a little bit of an inspiration.
With all these companies investing millions into robotics, it's very clear that robots aren't going anywhere, and soon robots like Figure 1, Optimus, and Atlas will be right next to humans in everyday life and will start performing tasks that were only previously reserved for humans. Interestingly, there are already active robots successfully used at hospitals and nursing homes in Germany and Canada. Startup X1 recently just showed off their entire army of Eve's robots, training to perform everyday tasks. The human revolution of humanoid robots is already taking place, but yet there is a lot of their functions that are limited, and on the other hand, Optimus claims to be the best out of all of them. So how advanced is the Tesla's bot as of today, and what is Tesla doing in robotics and artificial intelligence that no one else is doing? And where does this robot outperform its competitors like Boston Dynamics? First, we need to see how close are we to seeing intelligent humanoid robots take over. Elon Musk, as well as heads of other giants such as Amazon, Walmart, and BMW, are sure that if we don't fill the shops and warehouses with robots soon, there will be no more work there at all. Staffing problems are already a sore spot for thousands of companies, and this trend will only continue in the future. Industrial and warehouse bots have been working for a long time and currently clocking in millions around the world. However, the problem is that they don't really cover all the needs of all the industries. Many operations are still only available to humans. That's where Musk says that Tesla's future is not in the super stylish and competitive electric vehicles, but specifically in humanoid robots with artificial intelligence. Imagine you guys have the option to buy a cool car or a robot that can do your work for you. We're almost sure that many of you guys will choose a car over the robot in this situation because there's no commercially demand for them right now. But robots look like an interesting investment, especially for a company like Tesla itself, which can teach its robots how to assemble other robots. Plus, the company, many experts believe, at least in the beginning, would not sell the droid, as the same price of the Optimus will be much higher than an announced $20,000. Instead, Elon Musk may well decide to rent or lease these robots, but the main thing is to use them in his factories. But of course, this will bring up ethical concerns about humans getting their jobs stolen from robots and how this could impact the economy. If every company actually does this, Elon Musk will be known for shaking up the industry, but does he actually have influence to make this a reality? Musk unpredictably may damage the joyful prospect. For example, Elon recently stated that he is not comfortable developing robotics and artificial intelligence within Tesla until he owns 25% stake. Quote, enough to have influence, but not so much that I cannot overthrow. That's what the entrepreneur wrote on his X network. Musk now has about 13% of the stock, and before buying X, he had about 22%. Musk sold some shares to buy X, now he wants them even more back, threatening otherwise to develop robot and AI projects in other companies. Given that Tesla stock has rallied nicely in recent years on news of the robot, its loss has been quite painful for shareholders, especially now that the interest in artificial intelligence is growing exponentially. In fact, Tesla could become the world's leading AI company according to some experts. This opinion is based on the fact that Tesla has everything in place to train neural networks and the source of these huge data sets in form of sensors and cameras on their cars. The internal infrastructure to process them, including the Tesla Dojo supercomputer. Quote, I see a path building an artificial intelligence and robotics giant with truly immense capability and power. End quote. That's what Musk said in January this year. Also, that the company has good chance of shipping numbers of Optimus robots units to customers early as next year, which is something really exciting. The robot is indeed progressing at a rapid pace. And the other day, it was revealed that Tesla has around 61 additional job openings for development. Among other vacancies, the company is looking for systems and process engineers, mechatronics, actuator manufacturing, and data acquisition operators, as well as Python and reinforcement learning specialists. Apparently, Elon Musk is not completely satisfied with the robot's design, but it's in the area of our artificial intelligence that major progress is still needed. But in reality, what can these robots actually do? But before we talk about that, if you guys like these video essays / breakdowns, I have plans to actually grow this channel even bigger. So one day I'll be able to sit down with these top CEOs / engineers of these AI robotic companies and talk about new tech, AI, and the effects on society with it. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified once I drop a new video. The brains for the robot are being developed by the same team that creates the software for the unmanned driving in the Tesla's cars. That said, Optimus can operate autonomously through the current version of its autopilot for vehicles requires active control from the driver. This is understandable as Optimus has not yet left the lab, while Tesla cars are everywhere. That said, it looks like Optimus can interact with humans, at least in one of the videos. We see the human trying to confuse the robot by shipping the blocks at sorting. So what's about the robot's capabilities to perform its tasks? Optimus used video encoders and joint position encoders, which could help understand its limbs' occupied space. All information from sensors is fully processed on board and the robot's in its central computer located in its chest. Interestingly, the robot gets information about the world around it just like how Tesla cars, only from cameras. No radar, no LiDAR. It also has a visual navigation system controlled fully and trained end-to-end neural network. But it's not infinite, and the learning to act like humans is just not quite there yet. Tesla is developing neural networks for autopilot, like capturing and analyzing images from the cameras of its vehicles, collecting information from millions of cars in real time to share data for object detection. The company's cars are literally watching how people drive and how they behave on the road in different situations. The neural network processes this information and learns to drive the same way. Could the company use the same approach for robots though? Well, yes. For example, Figure recently showed how it used demonstration to train its humanoid robot to refill a coffee machine with capsules. Also, Google has a very interesting project that aims to collect as much data as possible on how to perform these certain actions and how to generalize them and apply them to a wide variety of robots. The project, by the way, is massive. 25 labs in total have come together, but back to Tesla. The company has a lot of robots in its factories, and Optimus is supposed to start working in those same factories too. But data from the industrial assembly robots teach humanoids anything? Even if some data turns out to work out well, there will be the rest to teach the robot everything else. The answer to these questions is probably what the company is looking for right now. In 2023, Elon Musk said that we're going to continue to invest heavily in developing artificial intelligence because it's a really massive game changer. And I mean success in regards and long term. I think it has potential to make Tesla the most valuable company in the world today. As for Optimus' physical capabilities, the robot can now walk in a severe fatigued human and perform an unknown number of operations with its hands. Recently, these robots' fingers have developed sensitivity sensors that could help determine how much force it will be enough to pick up and hold an object, including fragile things like eggs. That said, Tesla's bot arms are strong enough to hold tools such as a screwdriver and metal parts weighing up to 44 pounds or 20 kilograms. The advantage of Tesla robots include the compact and powerful battery with a capacity of 2.3 kilowatt hours, which should be enough for about a full day's of work. Interestingly, in the future, Optimus should learn something extraordinary, namely to squat or lift. That's something that's never been seen on a humanoid robot before. But the only robot that could currently squat is Digit, and it has a completely different leg design. Will Tesla engineers be able to apply this functionality in Optimus? What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Musk claimed, "I don't think anyone can do it better than Tesla." Funny enough, it's Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot that's often compared to Optimus. And yes, its mobility isn't as impressive, but it will be able to perform numbers of operations on its own that Atlas wouldn't even have the capability to dream of. What if we're not comparing Optimus to Atlas? Well, we don't even know much about the E robot. The company claimed years ago that its robots could perform human tasks, but for some reason we still haven't heard anything about the integration of these robots into the real-world enterprise. And yes, OpenAI recently invested in the company. The funds were supposed to be used for developing legs for the robot, but in the latest video, the robot is still riding on wheels and nothing groundbreaking has been reported above the robot's AI. Optimus' most famous competitor, though, is the Figure robot. The company's development is progressing at an impressive rate. Brett Alcott, the startup's founder, said that the company uses different approaches to learning them along the demonstration and the teleoperation. Teleoperation with feedback is also used by the startup Sanctuary AI, which aims to create universal humanoid robots. But here again, it comes down to the simple fact that it is impossible to show every useful action in the world. Tesla is also apparently taking different approaches. In any case, it's too early to draw any conclusion on which team of humanoid robots developers is clearly in the lead, but Tesla has definitely every chance to be first, best, or perhaps both. Tesla is reportedly working on building a secure measure to ensure that artificial intelligence doesn't take over humanity. Specifically, Elon Musk said, "Now obviously we need to make sure that there's a good place for humans in the future. We are going to put a lot of effort into localizing control of humanoid robots. So essentially anyone will be able to to turn off locally, and you won't be able to change that, even if you install it, for example, a software update. In other words, Tesla bot will obey when ordered to stop in any activity. The end result Tesla claims is a fundamental transformation of human civilization that will help achieve the future of abundance, a world without poverty where you could have anything you guys want in terms of product and services. Optimus or other intelligent humanoids robots will be at the center of that future. Many experts roughly agree with this point of view, through a tiny caveat in mind that this is just one possibility. Universal robot technology will have implications for humanity that are too great to accurately predict if anybody really knew. Elon Musk's confidence in Tesla's humanoid robot ensures a future where robots transform civilization while competitors like Boston Dynamics stay behind. Tesla's unique approach showcased in videos sets it apart, and you guys may be looking at the man that will be responsible for changing mankind as we know it. For good or for bad, you guys decide in the comments down below. If you want to find out what kind of top secret robots the US military is using in combat that no one knows yet, watch it right here.